Hey Scorpio, happy Valentine's and welcome to the reading for February. This could be a month where many of you could be feeling a great level of love coming your direction. Very inspiring love, very expressive love, and maybe even for some of you, very profound and sacred love. So why does all of that happen? Well, let's get to it. Let's get shuffling the cards. And two already hopped out. Yeah, this card coming out, followed by this one. We're going to wait on the rest of the cards as always and talk about the energies that you may experience throughout the month. So where is all of this sacred love and creativity and passion coming from? Well, it's coming from a lot of energy being in Pisces this month, in your 5th house, a fellow water sign, bringing you a little bit of magic into your life. And certainly the magic kind of moves in a few different ways, but the connections with your current partner, or maybe even with a new love, get very deep, get very rooted, get very bonded. This could be a moment where there's very deep and expressive communication between you and somebody that you love, that you're willing to go there, talk about things that are really beyond the norm. You will go in there and you will have very profound discussions with somebody that leads into a deeper appreciation for each other and a deeper love and a deeper connection for each other. So that's very, very nice. In general, there is that feeling that all connections, whether it be love or not, that they must be deeper. The superficial is none of your business this month, apparently, because you're only wanting that deep soul connection because you're ready for it. And in that deep soul connection with love or with people in general around you, there's a great sense of fun in there. There's a great sense of, now I'm in my sweet spot. Now I'm able to pull my Scorpio magic out here. This is the place where that kind of Scorpio energy rises. It's a sacred place. I just keep feeling that, a sacred place. This is beyond, the usual borders. And this is where I move freely. So you're having that magic this month, Scorpio, where you're able to move freely with expressing your emotions, with expressing your love, and with having fun with other people because you're in that very good, sweet spot space for you, So it's very, very, very nice. Now, when it comes to creativity, again, you're going to be very inspired. Maybe some of you very inspired by love, by your partner or a new love. They act somewhat like a muse for you this month if you're doing something creative. You'll also be very inspired by the theme of sacred love, profound love, maybe even spiritual love in general. Some of you may think that it's the most fun thing to do is to go on a date maybe with somebody to a place that is quite spiritual, or a place that's very, very inspiring, like to a museum or to a sacred site, something like that. There's a feeling of, when the energy starts flowing in and you like where you're at and you want more of it. There's a kind of hunger I feel here with you, Scorpio, of the magic. I want more of that. I want to be more in this space. So I'm feeling the love in these sacred, spiritual, and maybe magical places. Now, you could be the one creating that magic space just in your own energetic field with people that you love and people around you. You're saying, halt. Do not go any further. This is a sacred Scorpio space. Enter at your own risk. But if you do enter, it's like a paradise. So, yeah, I like that. There is a touch of paradise this month. Now, I don't want to be over melodramatic or exaggerating the vibe here, but that's what seems to be moving. It's like, everything really works for me when I'm in this This is my haven, this is my paradise, this is where the energy allows me to swim in my own Scorpio way. So the hunger is there for you to draw more of that in. And as you're doing that, you're drawing people in. And the other thing you're doing, apparently, is you're drawing a great level of respect in via your workspace. Or if it's not your work, it's where you're standing out and being a team leader, a community leader, a family leader. There's a feeling of wherever you're the boss, essentially. And I'm sure there's a few places where you're the boss, Scorpio, but wherever you are the boss and people look to you, particularly in your career, there's a level of respect because you seem, again, to be working your magic on things. And what they're respecting, apart from the magic you're working, it's this strong philosophy that you've got going on now within your workspace. I'm working now to this rule. I'm working to this philosophy. I'm working to this belief, and I'm blinkered. I'm not going to let the outside noise come in, the noise of the office, the noise of shitty customers, the noise of people that I have to deal with in the workplace. I'm not. I have a new standard that I'm working from that is pure belief. I just keep feeling that it's like I believe here that I'm always doing the right thing by me. There's a feeling of you respecting yourself by standing by what you believe in the workplace, and other people have to tip their cap. They have to acknowledge it, and they will come to you and say, I respect you for how you stood by that. I respect you for not giving an inch on something that you just don't want to do. I respect you. Other people might have thought that you could have been difficult, but actually you were sticking to your beliefs on something, and the level of respect that comes because of that again adds more fuel to what seems to be a magical force field, let's say, around you this month. There's confidence with you this month. Confidence, and people are respecting you for that. But again, Scorpio, it's because you're sticking to your principles. You're sticking to your way of doing things. Now, you're not being belligerent or stubborn. It's not like that. It's like, this is my vision. This is what I believe in. This is where I'm going. And I'm blocking out any distractions. And that's your happy, sweet place, so it would seem. So keep going with that, yeah. Keep going with that. Now, Venus is in there in the 5th house. We've a new moon in the 5th house, the house of creativity, passion, inspiration, love. All in there. Venus, the goddess of love, in there. Mercury this month is in there going retrograde. He's in there with Neptune, and the sun will also be there at some point. So there's a great level of energy in this very magical 5th house. Like I keep saying, it's a very scorpionic, happy space that you seem to be in this month. And apart from the respect that you're going to be getting from people, there's a feeling of love coming your way because you're in that very shiny, sparkly, scorpionic, happy place. Now, other things that are going on, for some of you, there might be a desire to study a new philosophy or religion, or even for those of you with children, instilling some healthy narrative or some healthy self-belief or philosophy or spirituality into your children's world too. Make it fun, make them enjoy it, and you'll get more out of that. Now, I just want to focus on Mars here for a while. Mars is in your 2nd house, and he does move into your 3rd house. Now, this is a great time for any of you who have felt that some level of stress or exertion on your body has started to manifest in some physical way, like a tight neck, a sore back, sore throat, anything to do with the throat or the thyroid or anything like that, or even hands, like sore wrists or sore hands. Whatever way it manifests, if the stress is starting, now it doesn't have to, but if it is starting to show through in your physical body, this is a fabulous month to get that addressed, to go and seek a professional medical person there to get it looked at, get it seen, and get it dealt with, you know. But it's all in the energy here this month of you're feeling quite strong, Scorpio, very strong, in fact. So don't let any little niggling small detail or annoyance or physical thing get in the way of this energy or this strength that seems to be coming to you. Yeah, you're a bit of a powerhouse, I have to say, this month. But then when Mars moves into the third house, some of you could get very focused on things where you need a lot of dexterity or intelligence or focus, or maybe a lot of multitasking kind of energy here. So you're moving there. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about here. The major thing is, if anybody is annoying you this month, Scorpio, at some point during this month, you may feel very tempted maybe to lash out at them and give them an actual physical clatter across the head. You may kind of feel very pushed in that way, you know, if you're not managing the stress very well, or if somebody triggers you in some very kind of provocative way, you could actually physically lash out. Now, please, Scorpio, please don't do that, please, because what you could be doing instead is sitting back and saying, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I'm going to start fighting back with the new energy that I've been cultivating over the last 2 years of hitting you with verbal kind of saying it and just walking away afterwards saying, well, that's all I needed to do. There was no punching, kicking or slapping involved in that, but they're still floored. So use that energy in that way. Excuse me, Scorpio. Use the energy, get your intelligence, that brilliant Scorpio intelligence, and the confidence you have and the strength you have this month to floor them with what you've got to say. Because I think many of you are still kind of waiting perhaps to say something to somebody. Maybe many of you were waiting on the right moment or gathering information even in some cases before you actually come out and say something. Floor them with your words and your intelligence and your ability to verbalize. Flooring them with a punch, it might be the quick and easy way around it, but it doesn't seem to solve anything this month, okay? So avoid that. So they're the very strong energies happening there. Look at this. Love, love, love. You have 3 aces so far. I have to tell you that. You say, what do I win? I have 3 aces. Well, let's see. We'll figure out what you win. We know that you're winning your confidence and you're winning your creativity and you're winning your ability to be confident with your beliefs. Yeah. A lot of you putting a lot of force and energy into handling business, handling your money. And in some cases, some of you are putting a lot of energy into shaping up a talent, a natural talent or a skill that you have for something. Maybe even figuring out, how do I make a few coin from this natural talent, maybe even as a side business. You know, I'm a wonderful sports person, a wonderful athlete. Maybe I could go professional. I'm a wonderful musician, artist. Maybe I could get a few coin from this. Why not go professional? So I see some of you shaping that up, a natural skill or talent you have in order to bring in the coin, and you can. And this month there is a lot of energy in being able to sell anything to anybody, convince people of anything. I've this natural talent, buy it, and they will. You know, you can do it. But everything is done this month with a great level of magic and love and creativity, but also with a level of research. So for many of you, if you are thinking of a new project or making coin from something that you're naturally talented at, do make sure that you have all the information that you need before you do that. I was going to say something else there too. Many of you might find this month, maybe even a little bit last month, that an old injury might have been flaring up again. Again, this is the month to handle that and fix that so you're in full fighting form, but not kind of punchy kicky fighting, more like, you know, full fighting form. So, my love, we've all the cards that we need. So, let's get over to your big grand, ta-da, your overview. So we begin. Yeah, there is a need to get that beautiful body of yours back strong again, taking care of those niggly things, back pain. Look at this poor guy. He's saying, I'm floored. You're talking about flooring other people. I'll floor them as soon as I get up off this bloody floor. So something has happened, maybe last month with the eclipse, maybe over the holiday season, that might have floored you, Scorpio. It might have said, right, that was a big push. That was a lot of energy used. That was a lot of my aura kind of sapped and drained. I need to get this missing energy back again. And what I feel is you're full on it. You're full on it. Before I can begin anything new, I need to just recover and rest. Excuse me. Sorry, Scorpio. I need to recover and rest. I know how you feel. I had the flu. I'm still recovering and resting myself. But this thing, I'm not strong enough to go into battle with somebody yet. I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite able to go in and give it my full force yet. I'm not able to dust myself down completely yet before I start over and start again. There are still some things that I need to review, Mercury retrograde, that I still need to focus on. Yeah. It's like you still have to get to the root of some issue. You still have to get to the root of something. Maybe a bit of research needs to be done, a bit of rest, perhaps, Scorpio. But yet this is a month where you're getting your energy back. It's almost like you're coming into the month saying, pick me up, please. Take my hand, lift me up. I have been through it. It's been a lot. I'm tired. But yet I don't feel you being very emotionally tired. I feel you actually being physically tired. Had you a lot of running around to do, Scorpio? Had you a lot of activity going on? Was there a lot of organization going on? You were kept up like burning the midnight oil all the time. I will say this, you are, from what I sense, quite physically drained. And that's maybe why these things are starting to show up. The old injuries or the niggly things that the back is starting to give out again. It's because you're physically tired. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just pay attention to that. Deal with it. Speak to a professional about that and get it looked at. Because what's going to happen throughout the month is you're going to start getting your energy really right back. So, while you're in the space at the start of the month to deal with those niggles, then do it. It's a good energy and it's showing up strong here. Showing up strong. But again, December and January really took it out of you, so it seems. Really took it out of you. I also feel for some of you, it's almost like a path closed. It's like you were going and going and going in one direction, and then that closed. Now, an eclipse last month will do that, but you're still recovering from the new direction you took last month. We talked about it last month. There was a new adventure, a new place to go, a new start. And maybe you've taken that new fresh start. But afterwards now, as I said, go slow. You're just starting this journey. It's just beginning. Be gentle with your body. Be gentle with yourself. Yeah, you're not in the mood either to be dealing with anybody. I just feel the whole start of the month, maybe the first week, it's like, I am not in the mood for playing. I'm just not in the mood. My body is a little bit stressed and tired, and I'm just going to nourish and take care of that for a while. But also my mind is a little bit, it's reached its maximum potential here. So I need to rest and do something that's a little bit more fun. You remember we spoke about you creating the magic again, wanting to be inspired, wanting to play a little bit by unplugging yourself from the energies of other people who have been draining you. And just, Scorpio, it's the start of the month. It's the feeling of, I want to get topped up again. I really do. My mind and my body are tired, and I'm really not able to deal with anybody who comes at me this month. If they come charging at me, I will use my energy in all the wrong ways. Like I said, you might give them a slap. So I'm just giving you the heads up here. If you are tired, if you're mentally drained, then pull away and start swimming in that Scorpio magic energy for a little while, and your creativity, and maybe even touching base again with your beliefs, your spirituality, or if you follow a certain religious path, maybe it's about getting in touch with that again. For me, it's you need a lot of that nourishment, okay? Was there a fire sign, sun, moon, or ascendant in fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that really pushed you to the max, really pushed you to the limit, that really you gave them a lot of your energy? Now that could be positive or negative. Maybe they needed a lot of your energy, or maybe they were demanding a lot of your energy. But one way or the other, the fire signs, also maybe Gemini, sun, moon, or ascendant. So fire or Gemini were just draining it out of you. And the good news is you're going to get picked up again. So don't get provoked by anybody if your energies aren't up there. As I said, stick with your principles, blinker yourself a little bit, go into work, do your thing, and focus on that and that alone, and you'll be doing great. Mid-month, here we see you putting some ghosts to rest. Yeah, there might be a thing where you've really come to a decision here, Scorpio, where something has to be revisited perhaps and dealt with once and for all. Maybe some of you are thinking that there's an old relationship that might be salvaged and renewed and healed. Maybe that's something for some of you. Maybe whatever has been going on over the last while between you and somebody that you really love, you thought, oh, this is the end, I'm exhausted now, it's over. Maybe it's not. Now, both of you obviously have to be still in love with each other and still agree that whatever difficulties were there, that you are absolutely 100% committed to healing them. If that's the case, then maybe some of you can pick up where you left off with a relationship, okay? I usually don't say stuff like that, but because usually when a relationship is over, it's over. But for some of you, maybe there was a moment of, no, it's over, it's through. And then afterwards, was I a bit hasty? So there could be a reconnect between you and somebody, maybe a love from the past, or maybe after a long fight, maybe where you thought, this is it, this is the end. But for some of you, I will say this, something can be salvaged. Go slow, take it easy, and maybe use the energy of Mars to talk about the issues, dig deep, in a good atmosphere, So we don't often kind of get this feeling, Scorpio, where it's like maybe a conversation could be had with somebody where you could salvage a love there. But for everybody else, there's a feeling of letting something go so you can get on with the business of being healed. And maybe for some of you, inviting new love in. If you're in an existing relationship, it's the same thing. You're tired, don't get triggered by your partner. Instead, get motivated by each other, get inspired with each other, get all loved up because the energy is totally there. But if there are things that need to be revisited, then do them with a great sense of love and care and healing, okay? Yeah, there definitely was something that happened, particularly last month under the eclipse. And again, the sun shining on that, love can be healed. So did something happen, Scorpio, where you had a major bust up or a major falling out or a major, I never want to see this person again, I never want to talk to them, I never want to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But yet there's something there that can still be worked upon. Again, if it's right, if it's something that both of you really truly want, if the love is very strong, and if you can really work out any issues, then it seems like it could be something worth doing. Same for the couples. If there was a moment over the holiday season or even last month where you're like, I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of you. Stay away from me. You're like a vampire drawing all the bloody energy out of me. You go your way, I'll go my way. But we're still together. Again, mid-month, there's great energy and very loving and positive energy to renew, re-love, bring it all back, heal, and have a success. You see, this is like the Queen of Love, the Sun, the Ace of Cups. Gabriel blowing his horn and saying, it's time that you really had a good long look here to see if it was the right decision to push somebody out of your life that you loved. I always have to be so careful here because I want to make it super clear. If it was a very toxic relationship, then that has to go. I'm not talking about those toxic bitches. I'm not talking about those assholes that ruined your life. I'm talking about the good relationships that kind of had its very, very weak moments. And this, it seems, this month is a moment to bring the love and the magic and the enthusiasm and the fire and the passion and the playfulness back again and the inspiration. I feel for those of you where this applies, where there's a kind of, I'm not speaking to you, but yet you love them, where that's going on, it's almost like the two of you were very focused on the problems going on outside of your relationship, and you hadn't been giving yourselves enough loving, nurturing. You weren't inspiring each other. You weren't actually bringing anything fresh to the relationship. That's what I feel. Both of you, even though you're wonderful, magical creatures, you were keeping your magic from each other and not flowing in abundance with each other. So that can be repaired if that's what you want, if that's what you both want, and if that's the healthiest thing for both of you, okay? Yeah. So we're coming towards the end of the month. I know I'm talking a lot about love, but we're talking about we're focusing on a love relationship, but this can be relationships in general, friendships, family relationships, working relationships with people. There are things that can be salvaged and there can be good vibes shared. But the thing that's triggering a lot of it too is the healthy respect you have for yourself. Now that you have that healthy respect and you're committed to, being a person of quality, dignity, which you usually are, but sticking with it and making that your core principle of operation, that's where a lot of the good love and respect is generated outside of romance, okay? Now we're coming to the end of the month. Here we have Aquarius. It's also the energy, it is Aquarius season, bringing you news, bringing you good news, optimistic things are happening, good news coming your way. Now for some of you that could be happening in your family life or your home life. Some good news coming about a house, a property, the buying and selling of a property, or a home issue or family issue in general. Now, sometimes this card can symbolize the love that we have for children. And again, I'm seeing, maybe for some of you, those of you with children, there might be an issue that a child comes to you. Now, they could be small children, adult children, it doesn't matter. But they might have an issue that they come to you with. And your job, it seems, this month is to be really open-minded, to be really, instead of saying, oh, I thought we dealt with that, or I thought you did this, and I'm not saying you're a horrible person, Scorpio, but you might be quite tired and you might not be able to deal with something maybe that one of the younger people are bringing. But be patient. They are coming to you for a reason. They're coming to you because they trust you, because they know they can depend on you 1,000,000 times over. So if they're giving you that level of respect and trust to come to you with a problem, then give them something, give them the respect of listening to them, hearing them, not judging them, and fixing an issue for them. But instilling something in them. That's what I feel. Instilling optimism in them, confidence in them, instilling pride in them, instilling a sense of be your real self no matter what. That's what I feel some of you saying to this younger member of the family, be it your own child, a family child, like niece, nephew, grandchild, a friend's child, whoever it is, or a young adult in work or whatever. If they're coming to you, remember it's because they trust you. They haven't gone to anybody else. So give them that space and that respect. And I hear you saying, be your own authentic self, no matter what. And that's why they're coming to you, because they see that in you this month. They respect you because you're sticking to your principles, and they want that. They want to learn from that beautiful, magical energy you have this month, because you're inspiring them. So again, bring that gentleness to them at the end of the month and say, always be true to your authentic beliefs, your authentic self. And what you could be doing, my love, is bringing magic into their life. Maybe you won't even realize the words that you're saying, how much of an impact they're going to say to this person who's younger than you. But it will mean a lot. They will listen and they will follow. Now, we're coming to the end of the month. Now, this is gorgeous. This is, again, love energy. The stress and anxiety that you had been dealing with, that starts to dissipate, and you're kind of waking up and shaking yourself off out of that, and you're saying, you know what, I need more rainbows in my life, I need more love, I need more fun, I need more happiness, and I've gotten it this month. I've been blessed with that this month. Maybe even some of you feeling physically stronger or better able to cope with any physical ailments that you've had, and you're saying, you know what, time to wake up, Scorpio, time to wake up. From now on, I'm moving forward with the energy that I've received here, which is a little bit magical, but full of potential and full of love, and again, full of union, commitment, happiness, and maybe healing. These two cards represent the first moment a painful issue is resolved, and then it's finally concluded. So, whatever bridges need to be made between you and somebody else, they get made, and a great level of love and healing is brought into it. You're being very inspiring, particularly to younger people. Very, very inspiring. Take care of your beautiful body, my love. Take care of, if you're feeling a little bit, kind of too much going on in the mind, you just take whatever time you need at the start of the month, or maybe all through the month, to rest. And you're going to be, all through this month, very, very pleased with yourself and very happy, because you've been reminded how to generate that beautiful scorpionic magic, sweet, sparkly energy. And because you're in that space, there's a feeling of everything that you touch is turning to gold, including your own heart and maybe somebody else's heart too. If you touch it, it will turn to gold. So with that Midas touch where you're making everything turn to gold this month, I'm going to leave it at that, my love. Now, you know, of course you know that these are just the general energies of the month. To get into the details of what's going on, really getting into it, to focus on your relationship, the fine details, the singles, your money and your career, your home, family and friends, the things that we don't talk about here in the general reading, we talk about all of that in the VIMEO reading, the deep read. So how do you get to it? How do you get there? How do you get to this deep read? Well, down there in the description box, open it up, you'll see a link, click into it, my love, and come on over, and I'll meet you over there and we'll dig a little bit deeper. But if we're not going to see each other over at VIMEO, if we're going to leave it here for this month, then my love, I leave you really, really happy and confident that you're going to enjoy the magic and the love that's coming your way this month. And as always, I'm going to leave you with all my love and a great, great big kiss from me to you. Mwah. Scorpio, my beauty. Until next month.